Time to go live. How's it going? What is up? All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started momentarily. I'll let people filter in. Oh, let's pop out the chat, and that way you can all communicate with me. You don't see the chat yet because I have this little graphic behind me, but yeah. What is up? Say hi in the chat. Oh, Killer Tuna, channel regular. What is up? Bunch of people in here. All right. So yeah, as the graphic right there states, the objective today is much like last week's live stream where I design something from scratch, and this is for the upcoming CSS course, more specifically the course in which you're going to learn how to build layouts with Flexbox and Grid. And last week we did the first project, and this project comes later, like way at the end of the course, because the initial part of the CSS course is all like components and stuff. Then you work your way up to full layouts. And so for this project, which is probably going to be the final project, it's going to be a dashboard design. So it's a little bit more complex. There's going to be the grid involved, just, you know, a full-fledged sort of layout with responsive navigation and all that good stuff. So I don't have it designed yet, and that's what I'm going to be doing in this stream. So hopefully it goes smooth. It went pretty smooth last week. I think it'll go smooth this week as well. So let's go ahead and switch over here. And this here is the UI UX course. So I'm not teaching CSS in this video, even though this project is for the CSS course. I'm teaching, you're going to be seeing me embark on some quick UI UX design. And if you really want to level up your layout design skills, definitely check out DesignCourse.com/UI UX. The top link in the description has a coupon code in which you can get some money off. And yeah, it's not just a video course. There's also UI tests. It's an interactive platform for developing your eye for understanding UI design fundamentals. You can actually play one of these, or several of these tests if you just click play now on the landing page. And there's also optional mentorship for $49 a month. Where I personally look at your work, I revise it, leave comments. And finally, also there are project challenges as well. So you apply what you've learned throughout. All right, so definitely check that out. Stream 22 for 30% off, I believe. And yeah, definitely check it out. There's also parity pricing. All right, so let's close this out. And let me restructure things real quickly so that you can see the chat here. This is Figma desktop app. Awesome. What time is it there? Right now, it is 11:33 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so let's get started. I hate starting with the a blank canvas because you just don't know where shit is gonna go. So let's give it a shot. So usually, I start off with a desktop 1440 by 1024. And then I work my way down to tablet and then mobile. So we're going to start with desktop. The reason I do that is because I want to be able to realize design in its full capacity. And it's easier for me to remove stuff as we go down into smaller width, device viewports. When it comes to HTML, CSS, or CSS, of course, I start opposite. I start with the mobile first, and then I work my way up with CSS media queries min width. All right, so for this, I've already made the decision for the color scheme. We're going to go a dark dashboard UI, all right, because we did a light one last time, so it only makes sense just to work with some different colors, vastly different colors. So I could go all gray, like dark gray like this. I don't want to go black. Typically, you don't really want to go all black. Although I can't say that you shouldn't ever, but I would usually go around here. And sometimes if I want to integrate a little bit of color, let me zoom up here. Usually I do this with blues. They look good at blues. And so I'll just add a little bit of blue in here. All right, not a ton, not like all the way over here, but just a tad bit. It's mostly gray, it's mostly desaturated, but I'm just gonna add a tad bit. All right, and then that will kind of help us establish our color scheme with blues working in that same hue. All right, so all right. What we'll first do is get our layout grid open here. So I'm going to change this stuff here to columns. We'll do 12 columns. That's typically what I do. But honestly, I don't even really pay attention to the columns when I'm designing for the most part. Unless I was working with somebody who's working with a CSS framework that has specific columns and a grid system or whatever. Really what I want this for is the margins. Typically it's around 120. And what I mean by the margins is I want to make sure the design that I build is going to be, and by the way, that color is terrible with that bluish. So what we can do is just change it to like this. There we go. That looks a lot better. And what I want to do is make sure everything's just even. My left column and right column and everything is centered. That's all I'm going to use that for. So we have some decisions here in terms of how we want this design to be placed. So you could containerize it, and what I mean by that is like we could go like this, and let's hide the grid, and we'll bring this in. You know, we could even make this white, and then just start designing here, which I'm not going to do this time. What I'm going to do is, let me push this down. We're just going to start with, let's see, let's bring this back. We're just going to start with a logo right here. So it's not going to be like all fixed within a container like some dashboard UIs are. And we need to come up with a name. I don't even have the name yet or the purpose of this dashboard. So I think what we'll do is just go generic with it. And we'll say these are like website analytics, like a Google Analytics app, all right? Because that gives me a plenty of different dashboard cards to work with, because I want to work in the grid here because this is for a CSS course. So we'll call this, let me think, course, no, course analytics. How stupid. Designalytics. That's a terrible name, but you know what? We're going to go with it. So let's do a font size roughly around, let's try 26. That's kind of beefy. That's kind of big and beefy. Let's do, I think we did Nunito font for the last project, for the last layout project last week. Let's try, let me see here. Let's try something like, you know what? We could leave it at inner. I mean, that's a fine font. Designalytics. Let's make the. I usually stick with just wordmark based logos because I don't want to sit here designing. This is not a logo design video, but we could make something super simple for this. So let me think here. What do I want to do? So, we can mess around with the word mark somehow to make it relevant. Designalytics. Let me think here. What do I want to do? What could be relevant here? Let's do this. We're going to take this font. We're going to right click. We're going to flatten it. All right. And then I'm going to take this. I haven't really messed around with the tools. What the hell? Oh, I think this is because let's. Okay, here's what I'll do instead. I'm going to take the ellipse. How do I not align to the damn grid? All of a sudden, I'm regretting this situation. All I want to do is just duplicate this, which I did, but it's moving the whole thing up. So how do I separate these? I'm trying to look for the, what do you call? Damn it, it's not aligning to these how I want them to. There we go, that's better. I just want to delete this one. There we go, okay. Sorry about that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate this one. hang with me. I know that looks kind of dumb, but what we're going to do is trying to think about a color that I want to give this. Let's try a color of, let's grab the background. All right, and then maybe we'll just fade these next ones. So we'll do like 60%, and then we'll do like 30% here. All right, it's just a real simple kind of word mark based thingamajigger, whatever. Okay, that's called a logo. So let's group that up and we'll call that logo. Will the stream be available after the stream ends? Yes, it will be. All right, next up, let's think about a navigation. So I want to do a sidebar navigation, not like a sidebar vertical navigation, not a horizontal like a typical one, just to do something different. So with that said, we could do something like this. Let's come out here roughly. And we could choose to put the, we'll use some rounded borders. And let's see, what would it look like with our primary color? There's a couple options we could use for our panel colors. We could do something like, you know, let's see. Could take our background, come up slightly. So we can make a real low contrast panel background. Or we can make a high contrast as well. All right, so it depends. This is kind of pretty, this is real in your face, sorta. I think let's just put this down here for now and we might come back to it. I kind of like this panel approach here first. All right, so, and also there's another consideration. We could push this up, put it in the back, and then take this thing right here and just make this a part of it. There's a lot of different ways, but we'll see what we end up with anyhow. All right, so now we're just gonna have a home. And of course, we want to establish that visual hierarchy, typographically speaking, between the logo and the navigation. The logo is more important just for the brand identity. So we're going to make the navigation links something like maybe like 20 or something, or maybe even 18. We don't need to go bold, so we can make that regular. I'm not even sure if I really like that font, that enter font. It'll be fine for now. Now, typically another thing that you'll see is you will see icons. Incoming chat. Oh, somebody's trying to chat with me on my website thingy, live chat system. I have to turn that off real quick, or at least just mute this during stream. Okay, we're gonna have associated icons next to each one of these. So that means I'm gonna get one of my favorite icons packs out here. It's called Basil, I think. B-A-S-I-L. Yep, there it is. There we go. And they're just all, you know, well-crafted thingies, icons. So let's go ahead and let's find a home. Home. Oh, it's the very first one. Unreal, blind. Okay, so we'll go back here. We're gonna paste that in. We'll put home there and make that white. Okay. All right, so now we really want to make sure that we have good equal white space on the inside, on the top and to the left. You don't want to do something like, for instance, this. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this down here. Just get this nice equal white space. All right, so for now, that's good. I may scale this down just slightly. We want this to be like equal height. So I do have these grid lines. I'm not sure if you can see them, but there's a grid out now, and they're on there. I could just take Shift R, pull this down, pull another one down, and there we go. pretty much dead on. Let's hide that though. Now, it does look a little bit too small. So let's beef that up just a bit. I think that's better. Okay. I'm wondering if Poppins might be a better fit. I don't know. We're gonna stick with that. All right. So now we're gonna take this. Now, normally I would be making a component out of this and making it dynamic, but I'm not gonna bother with that just for this demo. So we're gonna push this down. We're gonna say, what would be some other nav links for this? SF text font. I don't have that font. All right. Or are you just talking about SF mono or something? Ew, no, I don't like that. So what would be another one? We could do home. I'm not going to do generic ones like about, service. No. We're just going to be home. I know we're going to want to have account settings or something like that. Let's just do account for now. Now, what would be account? A person? Usually, or profile or something like that. I don't know. It's called Basil, B-A-S-I-L. It's available in the Figma community. Yeah, there is a person right there. Settings would be more of like a cog icon. So let me hit Control F. Settings right there. There it is. There it is. It's the gear. All right. So we look at the size of this. It's 20 by 20. So we're going to make these 20. You want to make sure all your icons are exactly in the same aesthetic and from the same icon set as well. All right. So account. All right. Yeah, we could do messages instead. So I'm going to duplicate this. So we'll say like messages. Now messages will need another icon here. So messages, chat. That's Snapchat. I don't want chat. Chat. Right there. All right, there we go. So we'll take this. Again, that has to go to 20 by 20. We'll make this white. All right. Now, one thing you have to consider as well when you're making these is how much white space between your actual elements. I think they're a little bit too close. So we're going to space these out a little bit more, probably like right there. And then there we go. That's a little bit better. All right. Finances, that would probably go under account. Array, normally I would use auto layout and make these all components with component variants and swap out the icons, but I'm just trying to make this fast. That takes a little bit more extra time because this isn't a real project. Still thinking that this font feels a little bit, well, it's not too big actually. It's only 18. All right. All right, we'll probably do like one or two more links. So we have home, messages, account. Maybe we can just, yeah, we'll leave account there. History, I'm not sure about history. Let's do support. All right, so we'll do support. Find, oh yeah, right there. We'll use that. All right, and this will be the last link. I'm trying to design as fast as possible. I don't want to bore anybody too much. This is 20 by 20. Get this situated here. There we go. Now, do we want to go 100% contrast with these? I don't think so. So what we'll do is we'll take the type and we're going to grab the background color and we're going to come up around here in this area. There we go. I think that looks pretty decent for now. We might revisit it and come back. I kind of want to put something down here, but I may revisit that. All right, so we need to focus on this comment right here. Why are you even using Figma? In my opinion, designing a website is just wasting your time. When you learn to program, what are you doing right now? Why you just don't program this site without design? I will tell you why, because it's almost always going to look like crap. It's pretty much almost always going to turn out inferior. You can hash out your design ideas in a design app like Figma, Adobe XD, Sketch, whatever, so much faster than when you're just typing out in code, that you're less likely to make good improvements and micro adjustments to your design because there's just too much work involved in adjusting your code. So this is pretty much a industry objective fact. If you want the best looking design, you have a UI UX designer design it first. All right, let's get back to the design. And that's like, yeah, 100% fact right there. Now this will be kind of like an active state with this being 100% white. All right. And that's all we need. That could be a hover state as well. All right, design analytics. Sometimes with these dashboards, when you have big, you have a lot of data, you can have a secondary navigation. In this context, it could be up here, but we would have to justify that with other content in this area. So let's do this. Let's do hit the O key for our oval, or that's not an oval. It's a damn circle. And we're gonna put in a Unsplash plugin. We're gonna search for a person. Oh, there we go. She's like the most famous person ever because she's like always #1 for when you type such a thing. All right, this dude looks, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I want to go with a lighter background because I don't want it getting lost. So let's do that again. I don't want to use her because everybody uses her, really. That one girl up there that I focused on. We'll just do this person. There we go. So now we can really clearly see this outline stroke. And we'll go ahead and we'll do something like Jane Doe. We can auto layout this, put this in the center, blah, blah, blah. We might want to bold that as well. Now, the size of this is important as well. We could probably scale it down a bit. There we go. I'm going to Shift R this for a second. Let's just move this up. Make sure this is in the center of the type, or the logo rather. There we go. We'll also go ahead and bring back our layout here, or a grid, so that we can push this exactly where it needs to be. That's good right there. And we'll hide this. All right, Shift R. Okay. Again, I'm probably gonna play around with these colors a lot. All right. Do I use breakpoints in my prototypes? So I think what you mean is like different frames. Yeah, I do. And if we have time, we'll do that here today. I'm gonna go to Dribble real quickly and type in dashboard, like analytics or something, to get some ideas, not for design necessarily, but for just content sections that I can add, like different content that would be relevant. So I'm gonna type in dashboard, analytics or something like that, just so I can get some ideas here. So they have a sign out, that would make sense. Probably putting a sign out button next to up here would make sense. So let's get our first button going. So I'm gonna push this right there. We're going to get our type, sign out. All right. All right, Do we want to go high contrast with that? No, not really. So let's get a button. Let's hit rectangle. I'll probably not make that bold as well, but let's get this first going. Yeah, we could probably just use whatever this is over here. There we go. And then we'll also make it not bold. So we're going to go regular. All right. Now we'll take both of these, auto layout those suckers, center it, and let's take the border radiuses, yeah, right around there. Push this over just a bit. Make sure our button is aligned up properly. It almost is, it's slightly off. All right. And then like when it's hovered over or something, this sign out, I feel like this could be a little bit bigger. Could I, yeah, change the background color and make it a little bit lighter than what it currently is. What is that size anyhow? It's at 18. All right, not sure if I like that, maybe 16. So we'll go 16 on that. Okay. What else? What other sections and content could I add? All right. Shift G. Okay. Yep. There you go. That's a. It's not working. Shift G. Oh, okay. I have to turn to visibility. Okay. That's. Thank you for that tippy two. Tippy two. All right. Let's go back to here. What other content sections could we have? They have this person. All right. All right. Kind of like how some of these are based on cards and some aren't, so we can mix that in. All right. Again, I think maybe we'll have a little bit more white space on the inside of this. Yeah, that's better. Moving that away. Okay. All right, so maybe we'll have like a second panel over here, possibly. Like maybe like a newest customers or something like that section. I'm not sure. Yeah, always design first. All right. All right. Let's get a second panel out here. Maybe this one is going to be like the most important data, so to speak. So we're going to say something like 13 transactions or 13 sales or something. So we're going to make this big and what's the other word? Beefy. That's right. Bigger than that. 64. Bold. Big and bold. You got 13 sales today. Awesome. All right, let's bring this down. Trying to, again, this may change a lot. We're gonna do sales. We're gonna do all caps. Bring the size of that down considerably. All right. And there is a cool plugin we may end up using. Let's do medium for that. Or keep it bold. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this and we're going to experiment real quickly. I haven't used this plugin in a while, but it's called Chart. Create Chart. So it has a bunch of different options. So if I zoom up, number of lines, 1, that's cool. Number of points, maybe we'll just do 7. Data distribution is, let's trend up to make things look good. Minimum value, let's do 3, and the maximum value, and this is number of orders per day, by the way, so we'll do a maximum value of like, I don't know, 30? I have no clue how this is gonna look, so let's just try it. Oh God. Well, that's a nice trend up, but I am gonna get rid of some stuff here, so let's, let me get out of there. Shit. What's happening? There we go, sorry about that. That's butt ugly with those grid lines, so let's get rid of all these grids. I only want, yeah, I only want that one line. Where's the text? And there's a marker. Okay, we want the markers, we want the line, we want everything else just to get out of here. So There we go. And we're going to change the color to white. So taking that, we're going to just go like that. All right. And we're going to move it. And maybe we can we please expand it? Yes, we can. That's kind of cool. So this will be an SVG graphic that I will, place with CSS over this card. I think that looks pretty cool. I think maybe we can make this medium, maybe even regular, maybe even make it smaller and give it some, no, that's fine right there, like 20. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Brutal's design never worked for a dashboard. It depends on how brutal you're going. I mean, some of them are just absolutely nuts. So no, not those crazy ones, but the whole new brutalism or neo-brutalism, as they call it, that trend where you have those thick, high contrast borders and thick, high contrast, non-soft drop shadows. Like that could definitely work as an aesthetic. You're right. It should be Designa LYTICS, but I'm not going to make that change now because I flattened it. Dang it. Oh well, no problem. Actually, I could fix that real quick. So all I have to do is go D, because I don't know what exact size that was. So we'll go ahead and make this that color. We're going to try to make this align up. This, I know it was bold, and I think that was it. So it was 26. I'm going to put a Y, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this right here. We're going to grab this I, delete it, move this stuff over, and again, I may have to really adjust that alignment, but there we go. Now we take this and move it back. Thank you for that suggestion. That makes a lot more sense. Awesome. All right. Now we could. I'm not sure. I'm a fan of flat design for the most part. Does this thing have to? Does this card have to be that big just for something that says 13 cells? I mean, is there anything else that would make sense to put here? 13 cells. Yeah, well, let's see if we bring this in. Yeah, okay. I'm gone quiet. I'm focusing on getting this situated here. Kind of like how it overlaps slightly. Okay. That's cool. All right. I think it's cool. Yeah, conversion rate is something that could be added, I suppose. So do we want another card over here? And if we do, I would not make it high contrast like that. We could do a couple things. We could go back to low contrast or zero contrast, like not even have a freaking card, possibly. Let's do conversion rate right here, 18%. I don't like the big old beefy percentage right there. So this is going to be a lot of work with the CSS for adding all these tiny little changes. We'll do percent conversion. I'm not going to put rate, 18% conversion. Maybe make this smaller. There we go. Like around 36 makes sense. 18% conversion. And then maybe we'll get, yeah, 18% conversion. Trying to think of how I want to present this data. Like, maybe we'll do a pie chart. 1 second. So we'll take, where are we going here? Damn it. Plugins, chart, create chart, pie chart. Oh, darn it. It's only available in Pro. I have to upgrade. Where the hell do I do that at? My account. Undefined. Upgrade to Pro. 21. Oh my God, 20 a year. I'll do it. I'm going to do this really fast. All right, so I'll just choose PayPal. I'm going to do this off screen real quick. I mean, I can make my own, I know, my own chart, but whatever. Pay with PayPal. 1 second, you cannot see my screen because I want to get this going. Oh, what the hell is that? Wait. I don't know what my email is in there. Pay with PayPal, you little fucker. It's not showing up. Oh, I have to put my zip code. There we go. Pay with PayPal. There we go. Get that off screen. I want you hackers knowing my PayPal email address. All right, agree and pay. I don't have a problem supporting these these plugin developers. I don't care about that. Let's see. All right, so it's been created. How the hell does this work now? It didn't even give me an option to put in an email. Fairly certain it didn't. Oh, there we go. Now it's ready to rock. All right, cool. Plugins, chart, create chart. We'll go down here. We're going to do that. Number of slices, I think just 2. We're going to make this simple. Data is going to be, let's just do, I don't even know, minimum value. This is conversion rate, so it's going to be from 0 to 100. I'm not even sure what this is going to look like. Oh, okay. Well, that works. It's kind of like, I don't know if I like the size of that. Well, let's update the actual colors. So we have, that is going to be that. No, we'll get the background color. Shit. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll do this right there, and then we'll take this one. There we go. That's kind of nice, but I don't like the placement. So I have to think, maybe we'll push this down and keep this up and make it a little bit larger. Now I'm experimenting with just different placements here, so hang with me. And what we could do is put this in a card, but it could just be a stroke only card, if that makes sense. So stroke, let's get this, or it could be a low contrast stroke. Let's compare them. I'm fairly certain I want a low contrast stroke on this. So we'll take the stroke. Yeah, something like that maybe. Good question. We would have to think about that one. Number of cells, yeah, like it would probably push the sales text to the right and then make it automatically go down to the bottom. All right. We might make this just a long card like that, and then put another stat right here in the middle. So if we have the number of sales and we have 18% conversion, by the way, I'm not sure if I like how this is up slightly and not centered, because this is kind of centered. Now they feel too big. The cards feel maybe that might be a little bit too big. Let's well, we'll revisit that concept here in a little bit. All right, and then so we have sales, conversion. What else do we want to put? What else would we want to put for conversion? Number of visitors, like website visitors. We could put like refunds. Let's think here. Oh yeah, that's kind of important. All right, yeah, we'll put income generated, but I think that would make more sense to put, like, maybe this one will go over here. And then we can put income over here. So let's do and we may want to put something, some type of label indicating that this is all from today's stats. Maybe we can make this one bigger. That is not a perfect circle. 15, there we go. Indicating that this is today. $756. 18% conversion. Conversion rate just means, like, you know, if you get 100 visitors and 18 of them join, then that's an 18% conversion rate. All right, 756. These need to be much smaller. That's better. So let's now, I don't think another chart would make sense here, but so I'm trying to think what, let's move this over. Maybe we can have a third column. In that case, we're gonna kind of possibly run out of room in a second. I think I might get rid of this. So if they're making 756 in a day, I mean, we'll just, or yeah, we'll do something like 4,000 last 7 days, something like that. Yeah, these don't, yeah, I like the simplicity of the section. Make sure things are kind of lined up here consistently. All right. I think I like that. Mr. Nobody, I'm a self-taught UI UX designer, but I find it super hard to come up with ideas and implementing them. My landing pages are decent, but everything else, well, I'm not sure what you mean by coming up with ideas, like for your own projects or for client projects. All right. Well, see, I don't really think this means this, yeah. These other ones would need associated icons, I would think, if we're gonna have the graph or this little pie chart come back. What is going on? I'm getting a bunch of super chats, which I'm not gonna complain about. The dashboards for the upcoming CSS course. Stuff like this in my job often got discredited because it's too complex to code and actually work, Dev says. What do you recommend to make stuff like this not only pretty but functional, accessible, responsive? Well, yeah, take my CSS course, because I'm going to be showing people exactly how to take this whole thing and make it responsive in the browser with HTML, CSS, Flexbox, and the grid. So, yeah. I'm not... Jokum. Is that how you pronounce your name? I'm not even going to answer that. All right. Yeah, it would just look kind of strange, I think, having that. It would be not enough room. Like, this is not enough room if you would just put it right there. Now, if we scale down these labels, possibly, but then what are we going to put next to here? Like, a chart wouldn't necessarily make, it would not make sense next to these two. Could possibly do something like this, but we'd have to come up with another. We'd have to come up with something to put above these ones as well. You can't just leave these ones empty up here. You know what I mean? I mean, it looks good design-wise if we could come up with something, but what would make sense to put up here? Mohammed, unfortunately, that's an extremely loaded question, like how to start your career. I just don't have the time to answer that. But long story short, there's a lot of different ways. If you're going freelance, it's all about marketing, getting eyes on your portfolio. So please don't ask the same question again. I'm gonna have to put you in timeout. Sorry. Jesus. All right. So I could do icons, yeah. But what would be a suitable icon for today and the last 7 days? Like, a calendar wouldn't make sense because we need to differentiate those two between them. So we could still have this chart, but maybe use it for something else down here. I think for now, it would make sense just to keep these simplistic for now. All right. Yeah, I am going to dribble for inspiration, so to speak. So let me get that out. Here is a dashboard. I think we need to have like an overall big dashboard. So let's do that. Let's take this. Maybe we'll have 3 columns here. All right, and let us get some, and maybe we'll do this, like this panel for, let's get rid of this stroke. Let's get a fill. Darn it. All right, now let's just duplicate that, and we're gonna go to our chart, create chart. Yeah, we'll have 2 slices, I think we'll say. Maybe one will be for conversion rate and like daily, maybe website visitors or something. I don't. Yeah. Let's see. What did they do? Because they had 2 as well. See, like that. Like they have 2, but they're not even letting us know what the hell this line is for. Oh, maybe like website visitors, but then this one hover over and like you see the sale amount. So we could do something like that. 2, we'll do normal distribution, I guess, whatever. Minimum value, which will be the I think the left axis. Oh wait. Sorry, we need to do this. There we go. Let me zoom up here. Number of lines 2, number of points. I'm not sure if I want to do 30. Maybe we'll do 30 just for 30 days. Normal. Minimum value. This left, the y-axis value will be like for website visitors. So minimum value, let's do like 300. The maximum value will be 1,000. I'm not sure what this is going to look like, but let's just generate this. Oh boy, that's a little bit too much. That's way too much activity. So let's try that again. Oh boy. So let's do chart again. So this time, number of points, let's just reduce that to like, I want to say 7. Let's do 7. Yeah, that looks ugly. See, these are random, so when you do this, it just, I don't like that because they follow each other too much. God, they're following each other. Stop that. Great chart. I don't like that one either. Whatever, that'll be fine for now. All right, so now what I'll do is we're going to get rid of these grids. I'm going to get rid of this one as well, and this one. All this text down here, you know, we could put, we're going to change this text maybe to something like 3-1. Like these will be dates. 3-2. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix this up. Actually, I'm not even gonna use those. We're gonna get sorry about that. We're gonna use this instead. All right. So what we'll do is, one second. I know it looks like garbage right now. Okay. Now let's change up these colors. So for these colors, let's see. All we have to do is grab it, so we can change all these to our color there. And then this color, the second color, let's do like a, let's see here. We could do analogous. So that would be an analogous color scheme right there. Honestly, I don't like how these are kind of jagged. They're not very nice Bezier curves. So I'll probably fix that on my own time. Oh, dang it. One second. That screwed up. Oh, I forgot. You can do what's the key for like changing it? Is it Control? No. Is it Alt? No. So that these don't wrap to the next line. I forget what that the keyboard shortcut for that is. Please show feet. What is happening? What? Oh my God! I need to pay attention to this. Remove. Not remove. Let's Sorry about that. I hate the chat. All right. I hate those people. Unreal. All right. So we're going to move this over. Let's just move this out. Now we need a label on this. So where could the label go? Yeah, I don't hate you guys. I hate crap like that happening. All right. So we could put the label in, or we could go something like let's see here, earnings versus and I'm not going to leave it that size. Visitors, earnings and visitors. You could do that maybe. All right, so let's try like 26. It's just going to be HTML, CSS. I need to figure out something over here as well in this empty spot. And then I want to put something over here as well in this section. So let me get out some of these other websites to get an idea, these designs. Maybe we could put latest customers. All right, so let's take this, ungroup that. We're gonna make this, let's see. I don't like how close these are. We could, trying to think how I want to do this. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. There we go. And we'll have a 2-column approach here. So we're going to put, no, we'll do, we may have to make that bold and then take this and do joined 36 minutes ago. And we'll make this a lot smaller and regular. You don't always necessarily have to have a label at the top. So we can now make this white. All right. I just want to see what this looks like if I replicate it. Maybe instead of putting joined X minutes ago, we can put like the refer. So something like joined from, well, maybe we'll just put in, yeah, we'll put Google, like their refer, the refer URL. So Google Ads. And then maybe we can put an icon right here with a right icon. So we'll go back to Basil, copy that. We've been using 20. We'll see if that still works here. Make this white. Maybe instead of white, we'll use our primary color. Actually, no, I know what we'll do. To get some color over here, we're gonna take this color right there, or this rectangle rather. We're gonna decrease that a lot. We're gonna put this behind, or it already is. Let's see. We have a couple options for coloring this button. This button's kind of big, although it's not that big. We could do this, or what we could do is, this would be that color, and then just make this the primary color. Let's see. And that could work. So we'll take this stuff, and yeah, let me just group this, and we'll take these two, group that, auto layout, center. Take these two, auto layout that. All right, now we'll duplicate this. Actually, we'll do this. Create an auto layout out of that, and then duplicate this, and increase this white space like this. Oh, not that way, this way. All right, and then what I would do is just, you know, Gary Simon. Oh no. And then I know I could fix that. I don't want to spend time. We'll do, you know, maybe YouTube. How do I ban this person? How do you ban people? I used to be able to ban people. What the hell is happening? Hide user on this channel. Okay, there we go. Awesome. All right, we'll update this to another person's name. We'll say Mr. Nobody. Mohammed. We're almost done with this design. I'll leave that there. We're going to go ahead and take our plugins. We're going to go to Unsplash. Yeah, Unsplash. Type in person. That didn't work. Sometimes these don't work. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. All right, this is real close, I would say, to you know, just a simple looking sort of. I want to do something like one more thing over here. So what I'll do is duplicate this. We'll bring this down and in, where I have a different panel color. So I will bring this up slightly, like that. Maybe this will be like an upsell, like this service is trying to sell this person. We'll reduce the border radius. Okay. Oops, wrong button. All right, so now we'll just have Go Premium. Go Premium, something like that. What size is that? 18. All right, well, we might leave that there. And then we'll make this one a lot smaller in regular. And also a different font color. For 5 extra, you can gain all of these other awesome, these other features. Something stupid. Obviously, that's bad ad copy right there. I think there's a little bit too much color saturation in that, so we'll push that there. There we go. All right, so Go Premium. And I think I'll put this down, increase line height. All right, and then maybe we'll take one of these and come over here and paste that, and then just put an icon. There. All right. All right, I think this is pretty decent. I'm just gonna frame it a little bit better. We could experiment slightly with the background color here. Ooh, but yeah, that can really start to throw things off, like, ooh, terrible. That actually doesn't look too bad. I'd have to make a lot finer adjustments. Here's like, this is considerably lighter to where these panels are no longer lighter than the background. They're darker. It's kind of washed out though. Here's the original. I think we could go slightly lighter than this. So if we change this to HSL, hue, saturation, lightness, we can just take this color right here and bump it up to 12, 13, and now it's a little bit lighter. Let me get rid of this mode. There we go. I think that's a better approach right there. All right. How long have I been streaming, by the way? Quite a bit. Oh, 1 hour and 5 minutes already. Yeah, I think this is pretty solid. I don't like these. I'll end up changing those, but that's fine. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't like to go more than an hour, so this is already probably where I want to end it, even though I have to do a responsive version of this. But I can't design for longer than an hour straight, especially talking while doing so. My face actually hurts. So at least I got the hardest part done. And now it's just going to be a matter of determining on tablet. Let me delete these. On tablet and mobile, how are things going to change? So I know for one thing, like on mobile, like a phone, this will change to like this. Like we'll have enough space to at least put the sign out button. And then how else will things collapse is a good question. We're gonna have to obviously remove this bar and then maybe put like a hamburger menu like right here next to the logo, like right here. So maybe I will do a little bit more design. Let's get out tablet and we'll do iPad Pro 11. We'll get out our same background color. I like going over here. We'll put this right there. All right, and so now how are things going to change? So we'll duplicate that logo. And again, we'll get out the stupid grid. I hate making these. Oops, no, wrong. What the hell? There we go. Add the grid. Again, I'm just going to do size 1. We're going to make it white, and then we're going to give our columns, there we go. We're going to try 80. Okay. Move that over. We're going to take this, duplicate that, put that right here. Hide the grid with Shift G. Oh no, I messed this up. Let's group that. All right. And then the question is, we don't really have enough room on tablet even to put this navigation here. So where would we want to put the navigation for like a hamburger menu? Yeah, there are some other alternative routes. You could put a horizontal navigation with just these 4 links underneath here. I don't see why you couldn't do that, and it'd be like kind of like a tab-based navigation. I mean, we could try to do that. So we could duplicate this, put this here. All right. And then copy this over. Something like that. And then something like this. We could use Flexbox, justify content space between to get these evened out. All right, so I think that looks pretty decent right there. We could just opt not to show Go Premium here. That's fine. Of course, if we put these in, why isn't that letting me put that in auto layout? It's kind of frustrating. Oh well, there we go. Well, we can eyeball it. that could work. And then we could here duplicate this. All right, so this becomes a little bit more tricky at this viewport. So how would we want to approach this one? Because now we kind of lack a little bit of space because we have 3 of these columns right here. We could put this right here. That makes most sense, probably, in my opinion. Maybe decrease the height of it. There we go. But then that leaves us there we go. You could, it might look strange, like push this all the way out and again reduce the height of it and then just make this element span all the way. Now unfortunately, because of this, the nature of this what do you call it's screwing up the circles, unfortunately. So I'm not sure how I would want to approach that one. Maybe we could go back the other one. Here, let's go back. You know what? We could opt to not have a yeah. Let's try this, because we could change this with the CSS media query, so there's no longer this this container that takes up space with padding or white space on the inside of it. So we could just do this. You know, we could put this like right here. And again, we want to move it down probably slightly. So like move this stuff down. There we go. That way this type isn't too close to that type. And then we can move this here. All right, and then, and again, I'm not sure if I like that. We could just do that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, so that doesn't look too bad. And then we have the earnings and visitors section. Which fits perfectly, just about. And then we have this stuff. Now we can just go ahead and let's take that auto layout off and create a 2-column approach. So we can ungroup that, put one here, and then do this. You probably have like a view more button or something. So that works. Yeah, I like that. Oh, but we do need to have, oh wait, no. I'm sorry, I forgot. We don't need to have this just yet. If we got any smaller, like to a width that's like around here, like right around there, we would probably then have to make some changes. I think that's probably around what we'll do. So let's delete all this crap. This is going to be for kind of like a really large phone / small tablet, and then phone and down as well. So this is going to be the final design that I do. So what we'll do is, on a real small phone, you could probably only have a sign out button. Do you really want to have a sign out button as your only call to action in the mobile navigation outside of a menu? Probably not. So we could just keep this instead. So now let's bring back our grid, see what that looks like. Darn it. What the hell happened? Oh, I grouped it up by accident. There we go. Control G. Shift G, not Control G. All right, so now we're gonna adjust this grid for 4 columns, which is typical on like a mobile device, a smaller mobile device, and we'll do like 60 or maybe 50. There we go. All right, so we'll put that there. We're gonna go ahead and get a menu out here. right there. Yeah, I might as well just knock this out and get it done. I will make this white. We're gonna hide this. Yeah, Shift G. And you know, what we could do is this. It's more of a common pattern to do that. So we'll just put this right here. There we go. Okay. Shift G. All right, that looks good to me. All right. So now we don't have this anymore. And of course, I'll have to design for a mobile navigation. It gets light out from this way. Maybe I'll do that at the end. And then we need to have room. We have to think about, actually, let's go smaller. Let's go like a lot smaller. So we're going to take this down. Shift. Wait, Shift doesn't work. What? Oh, Control. There we go. Yeah. Now let's modify it. Let's get out our grid. I'm gonna have to fix that real quick. Okay. So this is not even an iPad. This is just like a large phone. Okay. So now Shift G, and then what we'll do is. These are all probably pretty much just going to be stacked with exception to these areas. So let's take this. That will consume its own long, lengthy row, but it doesn't have to be as much white space, nowhere near. So we'll push this out. And we could opt just not to show the graph. I mean, but then again, it kind of do lose that little grid. And there's too much empty white space at that point. Could do this. Although, yeah, that could work. Something like that, possibly. All right, and then we'll take. I don't know how much room we're gonna have for these. Let's let's just, for the heck of it, let's take these. You're right, you could remove the name of the user. I mean, right now it's fine as is, but these three can still just stay here. However, we're gonna have to reduce the size of the type a bit. So we're gonna go from 36 maybe to 26. All right, and then we'll take these down to 14. We'll move these up. This becomes 14 as well, or 16. All right, that's better. Earnings and visitors, again, this all stays the same. I think we're still going to have enough room maybe to do a two-column approach for those latest user section. All right, so this thing's going to look not that good when I bring that in, but that's okay. Now let's see if we can do this. I'm not sure if we're gonna have enough room. We actually might. I think we will if we just take these and reduce the, darn it, I have to do it individually. Like this. And again, the length of the person's name, you know, you could char limit that as well, like the coder could, like if this was a real project. So this is 60, this has to go to 60, this has to go, oh, no, actually has to go less. There we go. There we go, and then reduce this as well. I'm just going to take these two and duplicate them. Probably would have to reduce these a little bit more, down to 45. All right. Or actually, just take these two. There. And then my camera's off. What the hell happened? 1 second. Oh man, I thought I had it plugged in. Hold on a second. I think maybe it wasn't, the power wasn't plugged in. What the hell is happening? That sucks. Well, I will real quickly just hide that part, that stupid square that's showing up. There we go. You don't get to see me anymore. Sorry about that. It's a long string. This is actually pretty solid. Now what we'll do is maybe take, I'll just do a quick design for the mobile nav. We'll have it slide out, maybe to like just to 2/3. And we can make it that color, and let's make this. Oh, these aren't even in the damn frame. Hold on a second. There we go. There we go. And now for this section, I will do an exit right here. I think what I want to do for this one is we'll take a background or a rectangle. What the hell? There we go. Put it behind. We'll make it white, and then maybe make this blue. And then give this some rounded borders, corners rather. And then auto layout that, center it. Okay, there we go. So here's the the menu exit button. We may want to add like a drop shadow to this, so we can do effects, drop shadow, send it to the left, something like that, possibly. Blur, we can put 0. There we go. And then we can do those 4 links, which is home, messages, account, and a support. They're already vertical over here, so we can just take them. We're gonna have to change the colors though. All right. Oh darn, where'd the other go? I didn't include that in the group. That's what happens when you're trying to design fast. All right, there we go. So we're gonna have to change the colors of these. We can change them, the fill. Here, let me grab these specifically. The fill. Possibly right around there. I don't really like that. Yeah, what is the size of these? These are 18. On mobile, we probably want to boost these up. And put more white space between them, maybe even to like 26. But definitely add more white space between them. All right. So now we have to increase the size of these, probably to like 32. So shit. Hold on. 32. Again, we have more white space between these elements probably. And then finally this one. I think these should all just be white. It's not enough contrast. These are big enough to where I think white works still. And again, probably would want maybe even more white space between them, but that looks pretty solid anyhow. So now we could take all this stuff. Let's make sure that's a group together. Take this, 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 this. All right, and then frame selection. Push this off. And we'll do a quick little prototypey situation. Go to prototype, grab this sucker, put that there. This is going to be on click. It's going to open overlay. We can top right it. All right, close background when clicking outside. And then this one, we will just do close overlay. All right, so let's grab our phone here, hit play. You know what's really funny? Relax, bro. I thought you were my wife, Stephanie Simon. I almost thought it was Stephanie Simon, my wife, telling me to relax. Unreal. All right. Oh, we would want to slide that out. Let's do that real quick. So this, click, change this to, wait, what the heck? Close when clicking out, top right, instant. Why is Smart Animate not an option? Just something I'm not thinking about. Why wouldn't Smart Animate be an option here? I don't know. I've never had that happen. I'm gonna wait for somebody to answer, because I'm having a brain fart here, because it's like, look, I zoom up here, or let me do Control 4, there we go. Smart Animate is not, oh, maybe move in, there we go. We don't need to Smart Animate it, okay. All right, and then when we close it, hopefully, let's see, let's hit play. There we go. There. So yeah, I'm glad I got that all done. I was gonna, you know, play procrastinator with it, but this is our final design. This is the this is gonna be a CSS grid, so it's gonna be 2 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. Yeah, this will work well. Yeah, I didn't see the move in option. Yeah, this is it. All right, everybody. Make sure to check out if you really want to be able to knock out, you know, UIs like this, you know, with relative confidence quickly, as I did, because I've been streaming for an hour, less than an hour and a half already. Definitely check out DesignCourse.com. Top link in this description here on YouTube. UI UX. This is the course. If you stream 22, you'll get, I think, 30% off. It used to be 22% off. That's why I'm not sure if I changed it. I think it's 30% off. 16 hours of videos, 38 interactive user interface tests, and 22 projects. If you want to learn how to convert your designs as well to HTML and CSS, which this is going to be covered in the course coming up, releasing on Black Friday, November 26th, go to DesignCourse.com/CSS. Click on Notify Me and enter your email address. That way, when it releases, you will be notified via email, and there'll be a very good discount for Black Friday. All right, everybody. Hopefully, hopefully you enjoyed that. And thank you for those who sent super chats. I made $17.40. Awesome stuff. And I will see you all soon. Goodbye.